Alright, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. So last time we found the Emperor's old hideout, and we also learned that Orin has kidnapped Halsin. So right now, we're going to go and investigate this. They mentioned a wizard. I'm kind of curious.
What's this, cousin? Another absolutist come to see what we did to poor old Sarin. Your god took her mind, cultist, so Bereki took her head, and I burned the flesh from her bones. And now you come to interrupt the funeral rites. Yes, cousin. An excellent idea. Cousin says we will take you in return. He says you look just like kindling for Sarin's funeral pyre.
He looks more like a sorcerer than a wizard to me, between the draconic scales and the outfit, but the things called him a wizard. I digress. Just an observation. Yeah, I'm not with the absolute, but yeah, go on then. Let's find out whose flame is bigger. With all this flammable grease, I imagine the flame would be quite large if a battle broke out. I'm just gonna roll with it, pun intended.
Yes. Yes!
Alright then, Karlach.
Yes.
This will probably be our last battle before our long rest. If you would please start dealing with these guys. Excellent. Okay, so you're actually pretty tough. Oh yeah, you've already used your bonus action. Yeah, stay in melee with this guy.
Let's turn someone inside out.
Astarion, you're gonna have a hard time here, slipping over the grease constantly. Yeah, let's have you jump over as much of it as you can. Okay, that's a good amount of damage you just did.
Time to strike.
Even though you're out of smites. See if we can finish off this one with Lae'zel. Nope. She slipped. This battle is going to be somewhat of a slapstick comedy, I suspect. Okay, they're summoning more methods. Oh god. Camera's going all over the place. You just made a magma method on flammable grease. Yeah, let's, ooh, how much HP do you have? Oh, I could just kill you with a Psionic Backlash because of Call the Weak. Oh, yep, that was gonna happen eventually. Well, at least the grease is done. So no more slipping and sliding everywhere. Apologies that the camera work is kind of weird. This battle map is huge, so it's kind of all over the place. I'm doing my best. Why are they going this way? We aren't that way. Okay, we have another grease elemental coming. Right, my turn. I can take down 3 things right now. With a good old Eldritch Blast. Yeah, if I get you, it might also kill you.
Done.
Yep, so 4 things. And at least we're not getting hurt badly. It looks like we are, but we really aren't. Now, is there anything interesting I can do with my bonus action? I do this. Oh, yeah, I could do this. Slow the lot of you. Make you all have to dash to get to us and waste your turn. The camera's going crazy again. Slowly slithering their way toward us. Yeah, I can probably kill you with a Psionic Backlash too. Call of the Week is so powerful when you have all of the powers like I do. Alright. Grease Ball. You're donezo. Astarion, just do your best. Why don't you? No point in trying to avoid the fire, it's everywhere. Ah, if only you had Call of the Week too.
Victory awaits.
Alright, Lae'zel. Yeah, let's go for the wizard with you, or the sorcerer rather. Not enough speed. Ah, because you just got up. So you... Gosh, the beam's in the way. You can get this far. Okay. Now, how about if we do this? Yeah. Let's do this. Right here, because you have a pretty long weapon. Right. Let's trip you. Or miss. Fuck, Lae'zel. You have pretty good odds of hitting too, 91%. There we go, finally, gosh. Now let's menace you. Flaming Shroud on Lae'zel. So you currently have a Fire Shield Worm on. I think you're just going to take some fire damage, that's fine. Not? Summoning more things. It's like that battle back in the swamp in Act 1, but much, much bigger. I guess that fireball was the best that he could do, considering he couldn't move because he was frightened, and he's in melee with Lae'zel. You are taking quite the circuitous route, aren't you? Okay, that actually kind of hurt Lae'zel a good bit. So, we have more things that we can kill. Take out those three, possibly. Leave our frontliners to be able to help out Lae'zel. Sounds good to me. Maybe that thing will die by 2 Call of the Weeks proccing. Here, let's do this then. Get a little bit closer. Get you. Get you two. Okay, yeah. That did work. Okay. Then I can move here. If you're wondering why I'm constantly flying, you can usually squeak out quite a bit more movement while flying than walking because you're just flying above all of the hazards of the terrain and such. Okay, let's slow everybody down again. God, Black Hole is such a good ability. Okay, you're flying here. Nah. You know, I had kind of been regretting my multi-class into Warlock with Rav because of the fact that the reason why a multi-class didn't work, that being being able to make sorcery points out of my packed spell slots so I could have a little bit of supply replenishing on each short rest. But Eldritch Blast has actually been pretty good for him, just for crowd control. Normally, I don't like just sticking to Eldritch Blast, that's why I'm not a huge fan of the Warlock class. But mixing in with the rest of my Sorcerer abilities and my Illithid powers, this playstyle has actually been pretty interesting, and I'm coming to not regret it quite as much anymore. Right. So this will use my entire action, not just an attack. How much damage does this do? 17 to 30 versus 13 to 26. I'd rather just main hand attack it. Wow, you all are missing something terrible.
Absolute's ours!
We aren't with the Absolute, you fool.
Let's have some fun.
Right, Astarion.
On the way.
Yeah, let's finish you off. And then you can get stabbed.
Victory awaits.
Right, Lizelle. Second round. Then this, unfortunately, is just a D10 of damage, which kind of sucks. Let's trip you again, why don't we? Just outright kill. Alright. Then let's also trip you. Right, that's all you can do right now. Rude. Probably gonna have to use my next turn on another Eldritch Blast just to take out as many of the methods as I can. Or maybe I can just check to see how grouped up everybody is and throw a 4th level Fireball. Seems a bit overkill though when Cold Weak will just take care of these guys pretty much immediately. That's a good amount of damage. And now you're deadsies. Alright. So yeah, I can get you guys with Cold Weak. Same with you guys. Let's group you all up together though. Right. So get you. Get you. Yeah, no, let's reposition slightly. Get you. Get you. Can't quite. Oh, yeah, I can. There we go. Okay, so you two ended up surviving that. Probably would have been better off with the fireball then. Oh well. Oh, one of them died anyway. Cool. Karlach. Oh, and I think she slipped because it exploded into grease. Yep.
Shall we dance?
Astarion, just offhand this guy, please. Okay, and we have one grease elemental left. Ooh, as well as a few grease balls down there that'll probably join the fight in a moment.
With finesse.
Can't quite reach you. How about with like a smoke powder arrow? Let's see. Not enough movement. Ah, that's annoying. You guys are just out of reach, I think. Piss. Okay. Well, yeah, I can dash, but that would take my action.
Swift and lethal.
Lizelle. Slip on the grease. Okay, good. You just set fire to him immediately. Let's try... Oh, you're out of superiority dice. Never mind then. Good crit. Gosh, you did a lot of damage on that turn. Right. Let us fly here. Okay, you two are full health. Let's do this. Get you guys grouped up, why don't we? Then, 4th level fireball. Okay, I can't quite get that one. Oh, maybe I can. Looks like I missed one of the blobs regardless. I think I would rather shoot here then. I'm just gonna finagle this a little bit. Oop, that looks like it'll hit all 3 of them. And now I am slowed. Wild magic. Right.
Let's cook with fire, baby.
Karlach. Just a grease ball left? Cool. Yeah, you're kind of underneath the corpse, so you're kind of finicky to hit. There we go. That was a pretty epic battle. Ow. Alright, let's just wait for the fire to go out. Now hopefully everybody will reunite. Might have to manually send these 2 up. That's fine.
Attention!
There better be a soft bedroll in my near future.
Yes, don't worry, we're almost done here.
Anything of use?
Let's see here. A key to what? I don't know. Scroll of Fly. Let's give that to Astarion. Cinder Moth Cloak. A creature that damages the wearer within 7 feet receives burning. Interesting. And then I'm over encumbered again. Oof, no wonder I'm carrying 10,000 gold. That actually didn't make a huge difference, so let's also give these to Lae'zel. Alright, and then let's go by latest again. So, burning. How much damage is that? It's 1d4 damage. What about this one? Whenever a creature deals melee damage, it's 1d4 acid. Receives burning for how many turns? Just 1? I think I'll give this a try with Karlach. Regardless, it's pretty similar in damage. And this one also has the added benefit of not just melee, attacks within 7 feet will cause that. So even if they are ranged and within 7 feet, that will work with it, if I am interpreting that correctly. Now, where is the dye? Yeah, let's dye that our color, since Rabadar and Karlach share a color. Now, let's find a way out of here so that we can spend the night in a nice room in an inn. I think it's been a long time since any of us have slept with a roof over our heads, and we're probably hoping for that right now. Insert item. He did say he took the head. So I wonder if we need to find the head somewhere. Barely legible journal. Page is marred by scorch marks and blood. Made a score, belonged to Enver Gortash. Tried to lay low and with Skorval's crew, but he lost it. Lumped in with his cult. Says Gortash will find us whenever we go. Sarin knows a place in the sewers. Sarin's not acting right. She's hidden the score. Says we've been acting crazy. She's not wrong about Berkey. Hunched in a corner, muttering prayers if the old gods can ward off this absolute. Shook some sense into Berkey, and he agrees. Sarin, trust her. She's the only one who knows the way in and out of here. If she's with the cult, betray, no choice. We'll make it clean. So did we, like, pick up a skull or anything recently? Not by the looks of it. I did loot your body completely. It's showing I can speak with you, but I don't know if this will work. I'll give it a try, though.
The corpse seems willing to speak, but not to its killer.
Okay, so we're gonna need a disguise for that. We did pick up a scroll of seeming. It seems a bit overkill, though. I don't know if seeming is particularly useful in this game, because disguise self is only really useful in dialogue scenarios. Don't know if seeming has got any sort of added benefit to it, because it's such a high-level spell. I mean, I'll try it. Oh, so I don't need to transform my party members. You know what? That just makes things easier, I'd say. And I was randomly turned into a half-orc. Adjust seeming. Ah, so I can actually change it. I guess that is what sets it apart. You can disguise yourself as somebody different if you want. Still a bit niche in its use cases, but...
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
What happened to Berkey?
Said I lost my mind. Then lost his voice.
What were you doing down here?
Hiding loot from cold.
Where is this loot now?
Sarin, paranoid, hid it away.
What happened here?
Cult took Saren's mind, so we took her head.
Did Saren have a parasite in her head? A tadpole?
The corpse remains silent. It does not know. The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Alright, and let's end this disguise. Didn't get a whole lot of useful information out of that. We learned most of that from the journal. We didn't learn where Saren's head is, or if Saren was infected, or where the loot is either. He just said it was that the person was paranoid and hid it away, which does not help. Ah, more grease balls. You have 60 some odd hit points. And it's all of us against the two of you. Just try to finish you off. Not quite. Stealth succeeded. I'm surprised. And that got us into combat. Oh well. Astarion. Right. And then let's just... There we go. Again, apologies for the weird camera work. A lot of architecture in the sewer gets in the way. Then let's just give a little bit of a heal to Lae'zel. Right, well, I've already used my action. Can I force tunnel you into the sewer? It doesn't show an arc, unfortunately, so it'd be a bit wasteful to try it. I don't really see any point in doing anything else, besides maybe a repulsor. Ah, that shows an arc into the sewer, so maybe it will work. Can I just shove you? No, you're too heavy. There we go.
Pave my path with corpses. Build my castle with bones.
Alright, we need to find a way out of here so we can rest.
That might be worth
Aha! And is this where the loot has been hidden, then?
That's curious.
Good job, Astarion. You are the only one that succeeded there. Tongue of Madness. Been a while since I've seen that plant.
That's curious.
Scroll of Otto's Irresistible Dance. Incomplete journal. A hastily scrawled journal entry apparently the last in a series. Alis, Berkey. Don't be mad if you find this, boys. I'm going to keep the treasure from you. We just ripped off Gortash, and I know you two all too fuck. And if I know you two at all, you're going to spend it all in one spot and draw the bastard Archduke to be notice. Before you protest, remember Talik's bravery years back? I'm doing my best to deny it all to the fists, and you two don't even bother to wash the cake from your gobs. So, if you found this, that means I'm off doing my business in the tunnels. So put it back and pretend like you never saw it, my sweet little dears. And wipe your faces, Sauron. God, I'm having a hard time speaking this morning.
something over there.
Another scroll of Dominate Person and a key. Ooh. Aha. Alright, well, let's continue this way. See if there's a way out up here. Cranium rat.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
We watch, we wait.
Okay, here's another teleportation sigil. Who are you? Oh, you're Berkey.
The penitent looks at you silently, expectantly.
Who are you?
The penitent doesn't respond, holding your gaze almost unblinkingly with his.
Are you alright?
The penitent doesn't respond, holding your gaze almost unblinkingly with his.
You're running a shop here, are you?
The penitent doesn't respond.
Shall we
Holding
trade
your
then?
gaze, there is the slightest flicker of acknowledgement in his eyes.
Well, what do you have? Bone Spike Helm. When you rage, hostile creatures within a 10-foot radius must succeed a wisdom saving throw or take 2d8 psychic, or 2d4 psychic damage. Targets receive half damage on save, and also gives you intimidation +2 and menacing attack.
Damn, it's good to be alive.
You're wearing this haste helm. That's a very good helm. I'm almost loath to part with it.
Eager for battle.
Keep your distance, darling.
Well, you have this right here. I believe your charisma modifier is +2 with how I built you. Hold on, I'm gonna check that.
How delicious.
Yeah, so it would actually be better for you if you got this haste help, because that'd be 3 turns rather than 2. And you also don't really concentrate spells. So let's get that helmet for Karlach
I should speak up.
and sell the hat from Scleratus.
The penitent looks at you silently. There is the slightest flicker of acknowledgement in his eyes.
Barter menu. Please and thank you. And then let's see here, Armor of Moon Basking. That's for Wild Shape, which we don't have Wild Shaper because Halsin is currently kidnapped. I'm going to do the rest of my selling now. Alright, so that's all he's really going to be able to afford right now because the Cerebral Citadel armor is much too expensive for him.
Blinks.
Okay.
Time to press ahead.
There's a door here. Looks
Let's
interesting.
see.
A rush of ancient whispers fills your mind as you approach the door. It is rife with magic. Old, deathly magic.
A new vessel brimming with blood darkens Baldur. To baptize prize his deus most holy. Do you have proof of your faith to our lord?
We'll come back here later. We don't want to face Orin right now. As I said, if we're going to infiltrate her temple before we deal with Gortash, we're going to need to act quick, I think. If we want to save Halsin, which we do. So that's clearly not a way out, but it's a lead to finding Orin. So that is good information. Just gonna consult my map for a moment. It looks like there's a way out this way. So which direction do we have to go? We have to keep going south and then east.
Let's get going.
There's a door here that we've not opened. And another way out here by the looks of it. Yeah. Let's just take a peek beyond this door. Ah, it's Voss. Hi.
Glory of Mother.
Kithrak Voss, may the astral sea be still as you cross it.
And may your mind be of steel, so your blade may be of silver to Lakmagir. Have you retrieved the Orphic hammer? Will our prince's chains finally be broken?
Nope, not yet. We're not going to have this conversation right now. Let's go up. Ah, sunlight. I feel like it's been an age since we've seen that. For a second, I thought that was like a pile of gore, but no, it's just red leaves. Right, well, let's long rest, finally. For the first time in Act 3. Oh, hi, Will.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me.
Hehe, testes.
Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in Beator.
Notum sit in Beator.
Holy hells.
Just what are you up to?
I come to bargain. The hells demand witness.
Your parasite links with Will's, and your memories flow into him. He sees his father's flight from Worm's Rock, and hears Mizora's words to you.
Shit. Where did Gortash send my father? How do I save him? Shit. Where did Gortash send my father? How do I save
Not this again. I'm loath to skip, because last time we had a bug like this, it automatically selected a dialogue option. But I think I have no choice unless we want to stare at Will making puppy eyes for the rest of eternity.
Infernos contractus te vocamus. Infernos contractus te vocamus. Infernos contractus te vocamus.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable.
And just what are you proposing?
A life for a life. No contract is ended without sacrifice. The cost must be paid. Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel! I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlach.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose.
What will happen to Will's power if he breaks the pact?
Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
I think that this might be my least favorite set of choices in the entire game. Because there's no option to let Will decide for himself. There are 4 options here, and they all do the same things. So, save your father, or give your soul. Those are both save your father. Break the pact, leave your father to die. Those are both break the pact. There's no option to let Will decide for himself. I'm going to suggest to Will, and if he decides to go with it, then fine. We can find your father on our own without Mizora's help, I'm sure of it. Break the pact. You deserve your freedom.
You damned wretch! Father. Do it. Break the pact.
God, I hate that.
Fiat Ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that. There's a lot about Will's story that I don't like, but that is my least favorite part of it. Will strikes me as a character that'd be fun to play as an origin, though. A little bit more you could like add more dynamic to his story. And then choices like that, you actually have him deciding for himself. Sorry about harping on about it. I'm going to stop now because I realize I'm starting to get a bit negative. I want to make it clear that I do rather like this game still. It's just moments like that are rare but annoying. Will.
Gods. I spent 7 years choked by Mizora's leash. And I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet.
And then I have no place to say this because I'm the one who encouraged him to break the pact. I said I'm going to shut up about it. I should shut up about it now. I thought you said you never regretted taking the pact.
Gods. I spent 7 and never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet.
So we're doing this too now, game. Sorry, new annoyance.
The leash has been broken and my father left for dead. Tomorrow I celebrate my gain. But today, I mourn my loss.
A moment passes. In the stillness, you find a mote of tranquility.
The Raven Guard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something.
Yeah, your father's not dead yet, Will. Maybe there's a way to save him.
I signed his life away before the Hell's Witnesses. It would be easier to drink the Styx down to the last drop than to alter his fate. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise.
The whole theme of our journey so far has been defying fate. We got tadpoles put in our head, we were fated for Saramorphosis, but things turned out different. And we're still here, prospering because of that. What's our next step?
We obtain the final 2 Netherstones and take back our minds. And the city. From the brain.
Let's talk about something else.
Go on then.
Yeah, that's all. And you are gonna hang out in my camp, or rather, my room, huh?
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna hold my tongue. I'm not gonna say it. Will's not a child. You need to start treating him with respect. Holding my tongue.
I beg your forgiveness for such undue impertinence. From now on, I promise him the same measure of respect he's shown his father. Oh, I almost forgot. Will sold his father's life for his freedom. My mistake.
Well, we know the answer to that. You've left Karlak alone. Didn't you want her dead? What's changed? I better not see you trying to kill her while you're in my camp.
You are an inquisitive one. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found new use for an old battle axe. The dead 3 in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious.
You lay a hand on her, and I'm going to show you the extent of my dark urges. You never told me how the Absolutists captured you.
Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel, but those cursed shadows were thick enough to fell even a half-fiend. I woke in that damned pod. It kept my body sealed and my most powerful magic silenced. But a brave, kind, benevolent soul set me free. Gallantry isn't dead after all.
Considering the extent of sorry, I got distracted by this continue bug again. Considering the extent I went through to conquer the shadows, it's kind of pathetic that you got captured and I didn't. Let's see what this does.
The Absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise. And you're the best hope I've got at payback. No one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched.
If you're going to be staying, I need something in return.
Why? I'm supplying Will with every scrap of his infernal power. I've paid my dues many times over. I tell you what, when the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, I'll lend you a hand.
Fine. That will suffice for now. But again, if I see you laying a hand on Karlach, or Will for that matter, things are going to get messy. Ooh, opulent chest. What's in this? Some loot. Nice. Do any of you have anything to say after that?
Will gave up his father to have freedom. An understandable decision. Sacrifices must be made after all. Especially if the old Duke's fall means his rise.
What about you?
I can't believe Will's given up his soul to Zariel. For a
What?
father he fell out with ages ago. There's such a thing as being too good. Someone ought to tell Will Ravengard.
He didn't sell his soul. This encounter has been all kinds of buggy on top of being really annoying.
The devil Mizora has made herself quite at home, hasn't she? Do make her feel as unwelcome as you can.
That I can get on board with. Considering she has Zariel's protection. Oh, and she's back. Let's just go to bed. Alright, what's gonna be for dinner then? We have a ton of alcohol. Pig's head, good berry, 13 oranges, 3 cheese wedges, 7 cloves of garlic, a butter bun, some stale bread, 2 onions, and 4 raspberries.
How did you? Oh, it's you. I must have let my mind wander. Enough for you to wander in. Forgive me. I am drained. Ever since you killed Ketherick and took his netherstone, the Chosen's control of the brain has been brittle. Its rebellion against Orin and Gortash has been fierce, even as it executes their final orders. Once those orders are complete, there is a good chance it will break free.
You feel the Emperor's fear as if it were your own. An Elder Brain enslaved is one thing. An Elder Brain unleashed will be the end of everything.
Beautiful, isn't it? The mighty Prince Orpheus, contained in submissive slumber.
I think he's just pretending to be chained.
Come. You may as well sit a while, now that you are here.
Did you see that shift?
Your company isn't unwelcome.
You seem troubled.
An accurate summary. I have found myself distracted of late. I'm haunted by memories. They are relentless. I can think of nothing. No one else.
Bellin, is it? The Duke that's dead.
The very same. Duke Stelmane, as she was known in Baldur's Gate. You thought you were my first ally. Far from it. I have long sought the allyship of others. It is the only way to succeed. Though my relationship with Berlin was different from my relationship with you.
How so?
In life, she was my business partner. Back when we ran the Knights of the Shield. A difficult task for a mind flayer. Duke Stelmane trusted me, and the city trusted her. I conceived the plot, but Belin took center stage. It was she who met with the merchants, politicians, and patriarchs. It was she who negotiated deals and signed off on agreements. Her rooms played host to the most important conversations in the city. Together, we brought order to chaos. At its height, everything that happened in that city went through the shield. Through us. I could not have done any of it without her. Just as I cannot do any of this without you. But now, she is gone.
I do wish I could ask about that book that we found earlier. Was it last episode or this episode? This episode's gone on a little bit long. I think it was this episode. The one that said that the doctor suspected that the visitor was the cause of the condition. But, oh well. I'm sorry for your loss.
I appreciate your understanding. What I feel is deeper than superficial cures can reach. And not entirely unwelcome. Most people think that mind flayers are soulless husks who feel nothing. I am glad you are not most people.
Soulless, I believe, because of withers. Unfeeling, not so sure about that. Either you are putting up a very good act, or you do have feelings. Well, thanks for sharing that.
Another quake. The brain is rebelling again. I need to focus. And so do you.
Right now, just before I forget, I'm gonna have Lae'zel do her thing. And then the rest of us don't actually have any buffs to do.
How many die today? How many die tomorrow?
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave off this episode. Sorry it ended on kind of a sour note with the whole will thing. It's just, as I said, not a fan of that moment. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.